Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
We are now 2 episodes into The Masked Singer Season 3, and this is a fun season. I'm enjoying a lot of stuff. I am deeply upset about the end result of tonight's episode.
You did love the llama.
I love the llama. I have a very big question that I'm gonna ask in just a moment. And no, it's not why does the llama have 6 legs? That
I
will
was
never.
about to say, you're really on that 6-leg thing, and tonight he just continued on about how he only had 4 legs.
Yeah, this straight up lying. I may not be able to see very well, but I can see those 6 legs, Drew Carey. Thank you very much. But no, we're going to talk about Drew Carey being the llama and all the latest guesses and performances from everyone else. Before we dive in any further, though, if you like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. Here's the big question that I have. How in the world is the llama eliminated before the white tiger? Because
I think it's all due to sort of that performance feel. And yeah, the white tiger is not good.
the white tiger is doing what Gronk does at the club every weekend. Like, it is not that impressive.
It is to me, who's never heard of him before and doesn't know anything about football or sports or anything. I think it's really cool. He kind of reminds me a little bit, just sort of performance art-wise, of Seal last season, who really stayed in his character. And he picked a lot of songs that were like that, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, September, and Dancing, and that sort of stuff. And the White Tiger is doing the exact same thing. So he's getting the audience really into it. So even though he's not good.
Yeah.
People really like him, and that charisma can have him float a little bit longer than, the llama.
Well, I'll talk more about the white tiger later. I just want to point out, I feel like I could do as good a job as the white tiger is doing on The Masked Singer, and I do not say that often with many other. I can be a character.
I really like him.
Okay, well, we'll save this debate for later. Let's talk about Drew Carey. What happened here? Did Wayne Brady just call Drew up and just be like, "Hey, I won. You need to come do this show"?
Maybe. I mean, Drew Carey's done a lot in his career. I feel that he just wanted to try something, like pretty much what he said. I could see that he just wanted to try something else. He really has done it all.
Yeah. I love Drew Carey. I loved him when he was hosting Who's Line. I even like in his closing performance, he had sort of a Drew Carey, because Drew Carey always kind of screwed up things when he did the games on Who's Line, and he screws up the song at the very end. He forgets his own lyrics. It's this is the most quintessential Drew Carey moment in the history of him on TV. But I mean, he brought a lot of fun. I did really like his character. I mean, he's not a great singer, but he's okay.
He's okay. I mean, the first time that we heard him after the Super Bowl, I really wasn't sure 100% who he was. I thought he might have been Jackie Martling from the Howard Stern show, but tonight, all I heard was Drew Carey. He started singing, that was it. I heard his voice. I couldn't stop hearing it. So it probably kind of would make sense that he would go at this point, because it felt very obviously him. And this show tends to kind of lean into that when people are starting to get figured out, they kind of get cut. That's my tinfoil hat theory.
Okay, see, I had a hard time wrestling with who this really could be, and I think a big part of that was that Seattle clue, because like some of the judges, I know Drew Carey's from Cleveland, and I didn't know that Drew Carey had partial ownership in a Seattle soccer team.
Well, that's what's really good about this season. This season, they are picking clues that are a lot harder. I've seen so many people out there who's the kangaroo? What can I type in? And nothing's really coming up for people right now, which, last season, the first season, people were figuring it out so fast, and that's not happening because we've got clues like this.
Yeah.
They tried a little bit last season with Seal, where they showed a baseball bat, and somehow I was supposed to be like Batman.
Yeah.
So there are some clues that seem to be coming out this season that don't connect to stuff unless you are the ultimate Drew Carey fan.
Yeah, the only thing, like, in retrospect that I could sort of, like, immediately recognize as his is they talked about him being quick-witted. And, that is Drew Carey, improv. So I'll say that was a pretty easy clue compared to Seattle, of all things. And that really made me think of, like, all these other sort of people.
Well,
but
they did also have the spinning the wheel.
Yeah.
And unless it was Pat Sajak, then it's Drew Carey.
I have spun the wheel when it was behind. This is my
Matt loves
story,
this story
that I will tell like every day until I'm like real. I have even less hair than I do now.
And he does.
I was on Beauty and the Geek, and I was not on The Price is Right, but not everybody else knows the story. And they had the big wheel at the studio when I was doing a challenge on the set of Young and the Restless. So I don't know if I was supposed to spin it, but I went up, just gave it a little spin, and
how many shows can you drop in one sentence? Here, let me pick up Young and the Restless and Price is Right and Beauty and the Geek, and you can take them all home.
That is I will never have a cooler moment in a single sentence than dropping 3 shows at once.
You forgot Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
Yeah.
and it would have been all of it.
It didn't connect to the story, unfortunately, but no, I was happy to have Drew Carey around. But let's get into the people who did make it through this episode, because we have a real interesting motley crew of people, and it's not really clear who some of them are. Miss Monster performed fairly early on tonight, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time with her because it does seem like they really emphasize that element of music royalty.
Yeah.
I had the Queen symbol. They also showed a lot of paintings, so maybe she's an artist, but I don't know what singers do when they're not singing.
That's what's so great about the clues this season.
Yeah, that doesn't really get me anywhere. The only thing that really gives me a good clue on Miss Monster is just her voice. It's soulful, it's rich. I think it's pretty clear that she's been doing it a long time.
Yeah, because we had the clue last time about the monster hits, so she's got a lot of hits. I am still circling around Tina Turner, and I know I say her every season, and one of these times I'm going to be right. But, I heard a little bit of the Macy Gray again today, but man, her Macy Gray's voice is just so distinct that unless she's kind of masking it, which I think some of them might be doing, because if you had Macy Gray on the show, it's her, and it's real hard to not be her. So, but that's the same with Tina Turner. You hear like these things in her voice, and it's just like there's nobody else that can do that, and that's why she's a star.
I do not like to take ideas from the judges on The Masked Singer, because many times their guesses are very, very bad, but I actually think the Mary Wilson guess isn't a bad guess. She does qualify the Matt Carter theme of reality television, which is if you do one reality show, you'll do any of them.
I saw that tonight. I saw Mary Wilson. I was like, oh, this is where Matt's going to go with
I'm going to go with the Mary Wilson. She was just on Dancing with the Stars. Singing legend. I think it's clear that it's an older person in this costume. It seems like they're having a hard time moving around in it. And so
Well, to be fair, that monster costume seems like a problem.
Yeah.
It's cute, but it is not cute to walk around in that.
See, I have been saying I wanted the Masked Singer to send me the monster costume for Halloween, but I think once I had it on, I'm pretty used to not being able to see what I'm doing, so I'd be good with that, but the size of it, I feel like I would fall down the stairs.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have Miss Monster. We have also, here, we'll spend a second or two on Gronk, the White Tiger. This is why it is so obviously Gronk, and it's hard for me to really imagine. There was at least 5% more of a mystery with Drew Carey. I know you're not a big football person, so
I don't know who he is. I am clueless on that. All I know is that he's super fun, and one of the judges did guess a wrestler. They were like Hulk Hogan. I didn't think Hulk Hogan, but I did like the guess of a wrestler. The fact that he was like, oh, I've had someone down on the mat. Yeah. That could still be this Gronk person who I don't know. I know that if he's a footballer, maybe he's done some wrestling and some other stuff as well. But it was kind of cool to hear maybe a wrestler. Whoever this is humongous.
Yeah. I do not know if Gronk seems like the sort of person, by the way, who would do the random one episode of WWE SmackDown where it's like, what is Gronk doing here? He just threw blank into a table. And then he'll show up at the pay-per-view, and that I'm all in on Gronk because all of this feels like, and I don't even like the Patriots, but he is he's a big guy, he's a fun guy, he has a great sense of humor. It all fits. And yeah, if I was going to think of wrestlers, maybe I'd go with somebody like CM Punk or something like that. Someone who does have a lot of charisma, but that's me just playing devil's advocate with myself when he might as well just have Gronk written on the back of the costume at this point.
Yeah, but for me it doesn't matter. I just think that he's such a fun performance that it's going to be sad to see him go home soon.
He's fun for what he is. I mean, I'm still salty about Drew Carey, but hey, we get another week of Gronk before his inevitable demise. Can you imagine Gronk beating the kangaroo, the turtle, this monster?
No.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. So let's get to, I think, the two biggest mysteries of the night here. The kangaroo. I said last week I thought it was Miley Cyrus, and I am like regretting this guess like 10 times over because she doesn't sound anything like Miley Cyrus.
No, and you also had brought up Kesha, and so last week you brought up Kesha. This week I was listening for Kesha to see if maybe, because some of the clues do fit in with that.
Yeah.
I don't hear Kesha.
No, I don't hear. It feels like...
And also, whoever this person is, they said that they have a little Roo, and I don't know if Kesha has any kids. So
yeah. So...
that was a pretty important clue.
It was, and that sort of makes me think of all sorts of other directions. I mean, I think Kelly Rowland has been thrown out there. I don't know if Kelly Rowland has kids, but, I know that she's been through a lot. I know she's a really good voice. It sounds like the kangaroo is a little bit more R&B, and she could do pop as well, but it feels like she could kind of flutter between those two genres a little bit.
The kangaroo feels like she's a lock to go to the finale. Like, I haven't seen everybody yet, but I can see the kangaroo being in the finale or winning this show.
I think it's very, very well possible, and I feel like she still has more vocally to give. I don't think we've heard her do enough like really big songs yet, and I think she can probably do them. The other thing is that the kangaroo's pretty tall. And standing next to Nick Cannon, I mean, maybe it was the ears, but it felt like they were at least kind of close to the same height.
Yeah, Nick Cannon I think is 6 feet, so she's pretty tall.
Yeah, so she's probably like 5'10", 5'11", something around there. So, for everyone out there, find some really good singers who are 5'10" and have some sort of athletic connection, because they mention sports a lot.
Yeah, they do, and we don't know yet, of course, does it have to do with her? Does it have to do with someone in her family? Like, they do like to... Like we've seen with the baseball Batman connection, they do like to stretch out the clues.
It would be cool if they had like a women's basketball player on this show. I mean, I think Candace Parker is way taller than Nick Cannon is, so I don't think it's her. I don't remember her first name. There's a basketball player named Deladon, and she's really good. And it could be somebody like that, but that would be like the ultimate hidden talent, like even more so than Oladipo, and some people knew that he was at least a good singer. All right, we are now to the turtle, I like the turtle. The turtle's just kind of got I like the costume. I think that's a part of it. I think the turtle's cool.
Yeah, and I like that they're playing up this sort of whole... He could be a rocker, but likes to play the slow stuff. Is kind of a rebel. So it started me going down like the 1990s kind of like grunge feel of like a Smashing Pumpkins and stuff like that. But I'm still kind of landing in the same spot where I think it might be someone like Adam Lambert. I mean, I've gone back and sort of listened to some of Adam's stuff, and there are notes that Adam can hit that this turtle hasn't hit yet. But we're real early on, and I kind of wonder if maybe, again, that there's a little bit of a masking of stuff like that, because if this is Adam Lambert and he hits those notes, then everyone's going to be like, oh, well, it's Adam.
Yeah, I think that Adam's smart enough that if this is Adam, he would certainly try to do a couple of things to throw people off.
Yeah, and I mean, I do still feel like possibly it could be Mark Wahlberg. They did pull out the burger thing, and burgers now just always, I feel like it's the Wahlburgers. It's really hard for me to get out of that mindset with that, but I'm leaning more towards that this could be Adam Lambert.
The biggest, I think, clue to it being Adam is the fact that they showed in the first episode that he is not a late bloomer per se, but it took him a little bit of time in order to get success. And, that happened with Adam. I did try to think about some other sort of singer, boy band members, because he has that kind of vibe. I mean, could it be Joey McIntyre? Vocally, I think similar enough. I don't think they're really a perfect match by any means.
And they did bring up, again, another clue that could be anybody, where it's like, oh, I like chasing booty. Okay, well, a lot of people that are singers or actors or in entertainment like doing that, so you might as well have come up on stage and been like, I really love ice cream, man. I could eat that every day.
You know what?
Well, great.
You know what I bet it is?
Yeah.
I bet it's that this person has probably played a pirate somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Or something like that. Here is my crazy guess on this. I've thought about it a lot over these past 2 minutes. But okay, so we've got someone here who wants to show off more of a rebellious side, but can also show that they can do sort of a slower song. Somebody who, maybe they're a hustler, they work really hard, they're excited to do something a little bit different here. Mm-hmm. I don't know, there is something kind of nostalgic about the turtle that does make me think of the 90s.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's probably not Mario, but can Mario Lopez sing? I don't know if he can't sing. He might be able to sing really well. There's something very Saved by the Bell about the turtle to me. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I was going in the complete opposite, thinking of all kinds of 90s sort of alternative punk bands, stuff like that are oh, I'm punk rock, but I can also sing Seal.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just getting too much in my head because they keep bringing up Zac Efron, and I'm like, okay, I don't think it's Zac Efron. What if it was actually the character of Zach Morris, and this was so meta that it was an actor playing a cat? That's never going to happen. But
no.
But no, I think there's a lot of different possibilities out there for who the turtle could be.
Yeah, and what I'm going to just say is that I really appreciate that this season is a lot less everybody's figured it out immediately. I'm really excited about this cast so far.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job either bringing us entertainment, bringing us great voices. Of course, the costumes are lots of fun, except the llama, which was kind of questionable with his 6 legs, but really they're 4.
Whatever.
But they're not.
No.
It's just been a really fun season. So I hope that they keep it up, and I hope they keep giving us clues that are really kind of general they've been giving us.
Eventually you could give us 1 or 2 better ones, but I like being kind of in the dark on some of these people right now. But let's hear from all of you. What are your theories on some of these masked performers? Let us know in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.